We are following breaking news live at 5. A shooting suspect dead. The victim rushed to the hospital after shooting along a busy Buckhead roadway. Police say the victim was shot multiple times near an appliance store on Piedmont Road. Investigators tell Atlanta News First they found the suspected shooter miles away along Jonesboro Road with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That suspect died on scene. Police are still piecing together what happened.